But you don't blame Kobe for his death.
You think that pilot drove without him saying yeah?
I think the pilot said we shouldn't fly.
The pilot said we shouldn't fly. Who said we should? Who in there could override the pilot?
Well, nobody should have overrode
No,
the pilot.
I'm just saying, if the pilot is on record saying we shouldn't fly, then somebody else said let's fly. Then whoever said let's fly is the cause of that death, if we're going to be honest.
Right. And so even with the world grief and the loss of Kobe, you don't feel like he deserves that?
What, to be grieved?
Yeah. Or to be revered as a hero?
Yeah. The drunk driver who died in the car wreck deserved to be grieved for driving drunk and killing somebody and him dying. Yeah, he deserved to be grieved. But the truth is the truth. There's a cause and effect. What's the cause? And then what was the effect? But because we're in our emotions, and for whatever reason, people believe that you can't speak on death. I'm from a culture that if this was a hoe in the casket, we don't act like she was a saint while we preach her funeral. This was a hoe. If this nigga was a gang-banging killer, we don't preach like he going to hell. This nigga might go to hell. And you got to be honest. And I think what happens when people die, people don't want to be honest anymore. You can't talk about the dead. Says who?
But ain't it wrong to talk about the dead?
Ain't it wrong to talk about the living?
But at least they're allowed to respond to it.
Well, the dead can't hear, so what does it matter? Who is hurting if the dead can't hear?
The people who loved him.
They talked about him when he was alive. Dead.
Didn't you disrespect King Von when he died?
I did. Because I found out he was a serial killer.
Was he?
Anytime you kill 3 people, you consider a serial. The culture had him deemed as a serial killer.